improved upon all seen to us.
We want to give our beautiful fans and our beautiful game a show.
It's put up or shut up time.
Everybody be ready to shoot.
We have the world's best.
There's no stage like this stage. This is it.
The All-Star break is here, which means it's the perfect time to look back at the first half of the season. So, guys, let's ask this question. Aman, I'm going to go to you first. Which team has been the biggest disappointment so far in the first half?
The disappointment for me is probably the Milwaukee Bucks. I know that they are down and they have their problems, but when I looked at them on paper in the beginning of the season, I wouldn't have been able to tell you that they'd be this bad. Having a workhorse like they got a couple of guys that are talented that just haven't done their job, so I feel like this year. I did not expect to look at them and not care if they're matched up with somebody.
Wendy?
Shay, in the preseason, I thought the LA Clippers were going to be a real challenge in the Western Conference. And I cannot believe how their season has gone. And them starting 6-21, I questioned whatever I knew about basketball because I watched them in the preseason. I think their roster was a bit of a gamble with how old they were. I can't explain it. And then the thing that I really can't explain, Stephen A., they finally start playing like I think they can. They go 17-4. Kawhi Leonard is playing his best basketball. It might be the best he's played in the regular season in his career. I know he's got a couple of finals MVPs, so that standard isn't fair to compare him to. It's definitely the best he's played as a Clipper. There have been multiple years where if Kawhi played like this for the Clippers, they might have been in the finals. They finally are getting that Kawhi Leonard. He is playing spectacularly. With all these guys falling by the wayside with games missed, he might end up on the back end of the MVP ballot the way he's playing. I'm not even kidding, okay? Wow. And that's when they decide to pull the plug. And it was Harden related. Obviously, James Harden wanted to be taken care of, and they weren't willing to commit to that. Gone with Harden, gone with Zubac, and now they're in sort of a quasi-rebuild where they don't control their pick with Kawhi playing this way. Like, a completely unexpected season. And if I was a Clipper fan, I'd be really devastated. Because watching Kawhi Leonard play this way, guys, he's never scored like this in his career. He's on the edge of a 50-40-90 season. I don't know if he's going to get there, but he's never had one of those either, and he's on the edge of it.
500. And I'm looking at Ja Morant. And here's what I want to say about Ja Morant. You know what? He's made some mistakes in the past, but it was a bad rap to the point where it was a bit too excessive, the criticism that was aimed in his direction. You got people talking about his family, his friends. Leave those people alone. Here's where, it's not about them, all right? Decent folks, I'm sure. Everybody's not perfect. You get, moved into the spotlight or you move yourself into the spotlight. Sometimes you handle things differently than they should be handled. Everybody is human. You make mistakes from time to time. All the best to him and his family and his friends and everybody like that. Here's my issue with Ja Morant. Ja Morant was ascending to superstar status. Tell me I'm lying, fellas. He was ascending to superstar status. And when I watch him now, he's just a good player. He's a good player. But you find yourself aching, like, where's that dude? Where's that dude that you walk through the turnstiles to see? Where's that dude that was box office? Where's that dude that was like a damn modern day version of Allen Iverson? Where's that with more hops, okay? With more athleticism, his ability to play above the rim. Where's that guy? When I watch him, Iman and Wendy, I see a dude that can play. He's not a scrub, but I expected his star to ascend. I mean, you look at him from his physicality to his J. At one point, I don't know, I didn't look it up, Wendy, but as of last week, I say he was shooting like 23% from three-point range. You can't be a guard in today's NBA games with the ball in your hands that much, shooting 23% from three-point range. And then you look at him, yo, Iman, you played. You know how physical the game is. You know how big these brothers are, how strong they are. Have you seen an ounce? I mean, anything. I'm not talking about like he's rail thin or whatever. I'm saying you see no growth. You see nothing about his game that says, I'm working on my game. I've been working on my game. I've been working on my condition. And that's what I'm saying. I've been working on my game. I've been working on my physicality. I've been working on my J-Boy. You see nothing that says he's grown. And I expected more from the face of the franchise of the Memphis Grizzlies. I expected more.
So the Grizzlies have lost 10 of their last 12. And to
go ahead, Shay. What did
Really quick, Stephen A. Go ahead. Really quick, Stephen A. Just to add to your point here, too. Remember when John Morant was on the trading block, and it was like no one could find a trade for him to even get out of Memphis. Go ahead, Iman.
I was talking to Wendy about that same thing. I'm glad you said that, Shay. We keep talking about his value, and though I hear Stephen A. and I say, you know, he hasn't gained any weight as far as the physicality. He didn't change his game much. He's not shooting it as well. But I understand being a player in this league, all this stuff around the mind, and now you're talking about his family. We're talking about this. We're talking about his maturity. Basketball just started suffering, in my opinion. It just started to really hit him this year where the two don't match. Last year he's a knucklehead, but when he gets back on the court, we're gonna see what we came to see. So in that regard, I get it. But please, everybody around the league, everybody around the world, make no mistake, Ja Morant can still be a rock star, superstar, franchise.
Yes.
He can be all the above, and he's supposed to be all the above. That's the only reason we sitting here talking about it. He is supposed to be everything that we want him to be.
When I told him.
When he said,
when he said
he has no value, Shump.
One at a time, guys. One at a time, guys. Go ahead, Wendy.
Shump couldn't believe it when I said nobody wants to trade for him. He thought I was he just couldn't believe it. And I get it. I'm just telling you, Shump, his value, I'm not talking about him as a person or a player, but his value with his contract, there's no demand for it. None.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
Listen, here's what needs to be said. I want to be one of the main people on the air saying, leave that man alone when it comes to his family, his friends. I mean, come on, man. I mean, leave him alone. That's not about the now. Ja don't help it because he's quick to have attitude about things. When you see him talking to the press or other people, man, everybody doesn't let that go. That's not the issue anymore. That was a couple of years ago. The real issue is his play. He does not look like somebody who has worked on his game. He has a game. You know he can play. He can explode at any given moment and give you 40 or 50, but he doesn't look like somebody that the young kid that you saw committed on a night in, night out basis of making noise, getting on the court and giving it to you. We looked at the Memphis Grizzlies a few years back when they went and lost against Golden State. Damn, they gave him a run for their money. You just saw him going at those cats. And I mean, this a superstar in the making. Nobody talks about Ja like that now because he just seems to be a good player that lives off of his skill, but really hasn't allowed his game to evolve. It's the same stuff you've been seeing over the last 2 years. There's no growth. Zero. You just don't see it. You just don't.
He got to get that love. He got to get that love back in his heart, man.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
unfortunate.
Get the love back. Okay, I can agree with that.
You couldn't go 2 minutes without seeing a Ja Morant jersey a few years ago. It's unfortunate what's happened. All right, is loyalty in the NBA truly overrated? James Harden thinks so, but were the comments out of bounds? What James Harden had to say. We'll hear from him next.